Hey there, welcome to day 1418 of What You Up To Now, sharing and documenting the journey and sharing my lessons learned and the experiences I've had as I build businesses, both online and offline. 48 years plus building offline businesses while simultaneously working over a quarter century in corporate America in various capacities, and all management, all leadership, all business systems, processes, procedural related things. To me, the definition of quality is the processes and the procedures and the systems that we use in every department and how they interrelate with one another to serve the end customers. And so I get to stick my fingers, my nose in everybody's business, which was what I love to do in corporate America. And then in 2017, following my divorce, had the opportunity to come online and learn about the online world. Always been curious about it, but never really dove in. And so I got to make a whole bunch of different interesting mistakes and lessons and learn a lot of lessons that I didn't learn in the offline world, which I find fascinating, that there are similarities, but there's also a lot of differences. And it behooves us to know both and to make sure that we're not falling into any of the pitfalls that, especially when we're getting started or as we're building and growing and supersizing our business, which is my emphasis online as well as offline, is to help people build and supersize and grow their business, to create whatever business that they want, whatever size, whatever shape, whatever it looks like, to make them happy and to create the life that they want. So today, our idiom in my Supersize Your Business group, I have an idiom, and I share an idiom every day. And I started doing this because I was moving and I needed a quick and easy piece of content that I could create every day, because I'd been challenged by my coach at the time to produce content every day. And that meant video content, which I was scared to death to do. So I started doing an annual challenge, and I started then just documenting my journey, because they're like, just document your journey. I had a couple of coaches, and they're like, you don't have to do anything outrageous. Just share what you're learning, share your lessons learned, share a piece of advice or something, and then just get in there and talk every day. And so that's what I've been doing for 1,418 days. A lot of it is just probably babbling in some people's mind. But there's also some gold nuggets buried in there, right? And if we so choose, we can use that information, use those nuggets, use that wisdom for our own personal development and ends. So today we talked about cold snap. What is a cold snap? Where did it come from? It's been around since the early 1700s. They've used the expression cold snap. It literally costs $3.9 billion every time there's a cold snap. I didn't realize that. The one in Texas earlier this year, the one that went through the South, I guess it was Texas, Georgia, all the southern Florida, cost over $100 billion. $100 billion. That to me is mind-boggling. But in order to take that into account, I shared 6 steps to making sure that you're prepared and your company is prepared in the event of a cold snap, even in areas where you might not expect a cold snap. Now, in 1983 and 1985 or 6, they had a similar cold snap in Texas. So you would think businesses and people would be prepared, but they're not, right? And things have happened over the years because we get complacent over a 30, 40-year period, and we forget that we can have a cold snap in places that we don't expect it. So I shared 6 ways to be prepared for that. And you can see that on Supersize Your Business. It's a Facebook page, or you can just Google me and you'll find it in my videos, my video archive. Our annual challenge this year is about getting to know ourselves better, using a little journal book, do one thing every day that centers us. And today was about, it was a 2-part sayings day about what are you willing to do? Number 1, when you know something, you have to apply it. And number 2, today was when you know something and are willing to apply it, you have to be willing to do something about it. It's okay to know, but if you don't take any action, nothing matters. And I talk about that almost every day in the Get Up and Go Challenge. We have to keep moving forward, keep moving toward what we want, no matter what's going on around us. Speaking of our Get Up and Go Challenge, day 17 today, we're working through the SOAP framework with respect to the area of our life that is relationships. There are, I defined 9 areas this year, but normally I define 7 areas or aspects of my life that I set goals and have action steps and objectives around to meet those goals, all the way boiled down to single daily actions that I do. I have different habits and routines and rituals and processes I follow every day that automatically move me forward in each of these areas and aspects of my life, some more so than others. So physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships is what we're working on, contribution. And then I added communication and confidence this year because I started doing a group coaching program in April we've actually got a big group training event tomorrow for communication and confidence. Since I think communication and confidence are areas and skills that we all want to be honing and ever improving and getting better at, continually improving. I decided to be part of this program for a year. And so as I'm part of something, I like to share it with other people. So I added communication and confidence to the areas and aspects of my life that I set goals for, broke it down in little smaller pieces, and am participating in this coaching program and then sharing the information I learned with you all through this particular segment as well as other segments and demonstrating it in things that I do. So today, our SOAP framework, we used a tool called NGT, which is nominal group technique. I learned it in college and I've applied it in my business and in my jobs, especially when I'm working with groups ever since. But I like to use it as a tool for myself as well by adding a scale from 1 to 10 or by grouping and nominal grouping and voting for things myself or asking people around me to participate in the group technique as well. Kind of like getting 360-degree feedback. You pick and choose a bunch of different people that you want to get feedback on about your performance and how you interact with them and how you impact them. So those were the 3 main pieces of content today. Started doing some Christmas prep, which, it's a little late if I didn't start, but we were wrapping presents and things yesterday, last night with my granddaughter, which was my baby granddaughter and my daughter, which was fun. Her husband's out on storm. There's been some big winds and big storms that have gone through the Midwest here, Wisconsin. And then there were tornadoes in, I want to say Kentucky. I don't know what's 3 states. I know Kentucky got hit really bad. And I can't remember the other 2. But there's lots of storms going on. There always are. That's why I felt it was important to talk about cold snaps. Even when we don't expect it. I don't think we expect tornadoes in December. And lo and behold, we just had some big tornadoes go through. I mean, I think the biggest ever. So we were wrapping presents and getting ready, and we were laughing because it's like the earliest we've ever really wrapped Christmas presents, but it's the latest we ever put up our Christmas tree was just earlier this week as well. I don't know. It's just kind of a discombobulated holiday season since COVID hit. Everything's been just different and feels different. And so this year, it's actually starting to feel a little bit more like it used to. And I appreciate that because I love Christmas. All right, that is all I've got today. I've got projects I'm working on. I've got things that I'm preparing as gifts for people. So I need to get on those. Go out, make it an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask. If you are, I find that I still struggle with asking for help in certain areas and aspects of my life. And I want to make sure that you don't suffer from that when it comes to building and supersizing and growing your business. If you are stuck in any area, any aspect, anywhere, and feel like you don't know what to do next, please reach out and just message me and ask. And let's get you over that hurdle. It's not going to cost you anything. It's my Christmas gift between now and the new year, I guess, is to help as many people as I can to make sure that you're not stuck on something and making it bigger than it has to be. How do I know about this? Because I used to do that all the time. We blow things up. We make them overcomplicated. I'm coaching a couple of new business startups right now, and I normally don't do new business startups, but I'm trying to coach them through the very basics, and that there's so many things we commiserate over. I did the same thing when I came online, and I can't believe I did because I didn't do it in the offline world. I just would work through that and take action. But in the online world, it's easier to get stuck in learning loops, get stuck going down the wrong roads because the barrier to entry with respect to finances and things is so low. We can spend hundreds and hundreds of hours, if not thousands, on the wrong things because we're not paying out any money out of our checkbook. And when we're not, guess what? It's easy to go down the wrong road. It's easy to get sucked into everybody's marketing and vacuums. So I want to make sure that as they start up, they're building their solid foundation, but they're just running through the steps that don't matter, and I'm sure people would hit me alongside the head for saying some of these things, but your website, your domain name, a lot of things in the industries and the business we're starting up, they don't matter. You just need to get something up for credibility and going, and You know, things like logos and business cards, they just don't matter. So do the things that matter most, depending on what industry you're in, and just let the other things go. And as you take action in doing the things that matter most and get results, then you can go back, as long as you have the foundation set right, and just add the things that you want to, you know, clean up and make better and improve. It's called continuous improvement, but you got to be moving in order to be improving. All right, have a great day. I will be with you tomorrow.